YouTube, you know what's going on. Miko Worldwide takeover by official Bompton Jack Dripper.
Chosen rule, paperwork party.
Paperwork party. What we're here to do is see if Miko is guilty or not guilty of committing acts against a child. He came to our neighborhoods out here in Vegas, went to the neighborhood in Compton, did a vlog. So we feel obligated, instead of disrespecting the man,
right,
to confront the man and
as
have
men.
a paperwork party and find out if these allegations are true or false. Miko Worldwide.
What's going on, my people? Hey, man, we're gonna lay it on the table. We're gonna be transparent, and so paperwork party, like they said, man, we laying it all out. So, all right, fellas. So today, the objective of today is to give the people what they want, and it's a paperwork party, man. We got the documents out, and I'm being fully transparent with you guys. Y'all see it there. Everything. It's a digital age. Everything is digital. So, guys, just tell the people a little bit about who you are, because I think this is important. Obviously, y'all are really well known. Y'all have a lot of ties, deep ties into the community, not just here but in LA. And so, just let the people know about a little bit about who you are. All right, Chosen, we can start with you.
I'm gonna start off here, everybody. I'm Chosen Ru, CHOZENRU. Many of you have already seen me before on the hood vlog that he did in Las Vegas with the Vegas Power Rules and the Bloods. Shout out to all the homies, man. And Westside Madison Terrace Power Rule, HTO. Got ties into Bompton myself as well. You feel me? Really tied in. I just came from a funeral out there. My nigga Lil Spook, rest in peace, from Elm Street Power Rule. I just really need to say that. And yeah, really official. Been to the yard twice and did my thing. Name good, no smut, no paperwork, anything. I'm also an artist too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done seen that, checked it out. I'm really a somebody.
You said been to the yard?
Been to the yard. Yeah, I've been to prison twice before the age of 25. Facts. I just got back out 2019 after the second time. So I know something about checking paperwork. That's why as soon as the allegations got brought forth, me as knowing this individual, me as knowing you, Miko, had to be a man. I'm gonna call somebody. I'm gonna be like, yo, nigga, I heard this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta talk to me about this, bro. Like, we're gonna sit down and talk about this. I'm not gonna just go off of, just jump on the bandwagon of what other people say and what they show me online. Because I've seen a bunch of fake shit and false allegations. And like, as my big brother Slim will tell you, it's a word people have forgotten these days. It's called fabrication. And that's one of the biggest things. And really, I'm just here to get to the gist of it.
You've seen a lot of false stuff. You've seen some real stuff. And
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And like, as far as me, I'm a grown man, you a grown man, and I can say that. Whatever a grown man does in his own time is that's his business. But as far as when it comes to the children and things like that, as a real Damu, as a grown ass man and a single father, I have to stand on business.
Official Bompton Jack Dripper. He said everything. I'm from Fruittown, Piru. We just came to really address this situation, head on. A lot of people get accused of things. I mean, shit, accusations are accusations, so we're gonna get to the gist of things. We're gonna have a paperwork party with Miko Worldwide, make sure he's legit. Speaking for herself, I'm a father like many of y'all that's been on his vlogs, you feel me? I'm not here to judge this man about what he does in his personal life as an adult with another consenting adult. I'm here to find out if he committed any acts toward a child. And as long as he hasn't committed any acts toward a child, who am I to judge? You feel me?
I ain't here to judge nobody.
So
don't mean I promote or condone anybody's activity, but that's grown
in this interview. You guys are here from Miko's own mouth. You'll see paperwork.
Give him a chance.
Like he said, it's a digital age, so everything's looked up online. Can't nobody dispute that. The same people that are accusing him are using the same method online. So, we're gonna go ahead and do that and get to the gist of things. I'm gonna get out of here and ride my Harley. All right, YouTube, official Bompton Jack Dripper,
Chosen Ru,
and
Miko Worldwide.
Right now we're having a paperwork party. What we're trying to do, YouTube, is see if Miko is A, innocent, or B, guilty of acts with a child. Anything past that is, out of our hands, out of our power, out of our concern, actually, at least mine personally. I don't care what another man do. He ain't accused of murder or nothing like that. So we have the paperwork right here. I'm sure Miko done showed it to you guys. If not, you'll see it during one point in time during this video. We're just gonna ask him some real questions, and it is what it is. Everybody ready?
Let's get into it.
Yep.
All right. So YouTube probably knows your government name, but it says here that you were charged from the state of Georgia. Is that true?
Yep, that's true. That's true. I had an arrest that occurred in Gwinnett County, Georgia.
Okay. At the time, you were like 27 years old. It's saying 'cause this is the actual
27. Yep, that's it right there.
court documented.
This is everything.
Yep.
This is it, right? Legit.
Yep.
Okay.
27 years old at the time.
All right. So basically, everybody on the internet, and if you don't mind, I'm just going to speak as a few prominent people that has your name, in their mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who we're trying to help you clear, the situation with. You have China Mac as a person. You have Jake 1090 and a slew of other people on YouTube trying to tarnish your name, destroy you. Before we actually get into it, what would you like to say to these people?
Yeah, so one thing I would say to not only the individuals, the other social media guys who are, what I believe trying to tarnish my name and destroy me and whatnot, but more importantly to me is to the fans, to the supporters, the people out there that support me, and even the people that don't support me, is that I really want to use this opportunity to be transparent with y'all, because there's just simply a lot of allegations out there that are false, and I'm going to take that to the grave because that's the truth, and I can't do anything but show the paperwork, come back to the real streets where I've done vlogs with these guys. Look, they put their reputation on the line, so this is the best possible way for me to show that I didn't do what the internet mongers and all these people are saying that I did. So the best way is me to come back to the streets, talk to these guys, and the goal of all this is because I really enjoy what I do on YouTube. I enjoy seeing upcoming artists, being able to be on the platform and share their music and whatnot. And I've had artists get signed off the platform. And so it's just really exciting for me. And it's something that I want to continue doing. It's never my intent to do hood vlogs forever. Nobody does a job forever. Maybe we do interviews. Maybe I go back to traveling overseas. But for now, I will continue doing hood vlogs because that's what I enjoy. I cannot let fake rumors stop me from what's in my heart. So that's what I would have to say. And for the people that's putting out true information out there, I actually appreciate that. For those of you who are just trying to slander me, well, may God be with you. So.
All right. With that being said, let's just jump into this shit. Both feet, if you don't mind.
Yep.
What are they accusing you of? When I say they, I'm speaking of persons with a voice, persons without a voice, people that support you, people that you assume support you, and people that used to support you and now they don't because of this. What got to this? What are the allegations? What is being said about you?
Yeah, so there's so many allegations. I've heard everything from Miko messed with an 8-year-old. Actually, I've heard Miko messed with 10 8-year-olds because I guess they reversed the 10-year-old thing with the 10 8-year-olds to Miko's dead. So I've heard every type of rumor on the internet.
This 10-year-old thing, where does that stem from?
Okay, so the 10-year-old thing.
That's not in the paperwork.
Right. That's not in the paperwork. And the 10-year-old thing, you'll never see it in any documents, any official documents from any U.S. government or any court whatsoever, because it just never happened. So here is my theory on how this started. Because there's never been a 10-year-old and there's never been a parent of a 10-year-old who's ever actually accused me of ever doing anything inappropriate. Right. So where I believe it stemmed from was there was a case that I had where it was between three consenting individuals above the age of consent in the state of Georgia. So the ages were from 17 to 27 years of age. Three individuals with the middle-aged person being 23 or 24 years old. And so from a consensual encounter, what occurred was the youngest person went home. The mother found out about what was going on, and from that, charges were brought. Later on, after this person was interviewed, which the paperwork shows, after the person was interviewed, that person admitted that everything was consensual. And so that's why the charges were aggravated assault, aggravated sodomy. And the aggravated sodomy was fully dismissed because it was shown that it was consensual. And so what happened is, while the charges were being brought, I traveled the world. I was doing I had started doing international travel vlogs.
Shit.
I did some for sure. I did a lot of community service work. Just because someone has sex doesn't mean they can't also help the community. Everybody has sex, right?
And just for the record, I just want y'all to know these are not questions over here. I'm not asking him nothing written down. There's nothing coerced here. This is all paperwork I'm looking at, just so you guys know. That's why I'm asking the questions that I'm asking. I don't know if you guys can see that.
It's a red
That's why I'm asking his lawyer's name, everything publicly stated, everything right here, the same thing all the bloggers are talking about, that he messed with a child. None of that there.
All right, so basically, this charge of, and this is so important, guys, this is so key, and this is how I think the rumors really started, was because the charge of aggravated sodomy, it states, and I wish I had it, I'll probably put it on the screen, but when you read that charge in Georgia, it says that it's for an adult or a child that's 10 years of age or younger. And so how it's written, even I myself, when I saw the charge, I was like, wow, 10 years old? What? This has to be a mistake. And so what I think is, even the Colombian government, when I was in Colombia, because I was traveling around, the U.S. has U.S. Marshals everywhere. They see, hey, this guy's over here, just go pick him up. They come by, pick you up, and say, hey, you have a court case, you need to resolve this. And so they brought me back, and it was a big ordeal. Yes, I came back, I saw that, and after just having time to sit and really think about it, I said, wow, they must have got it mixed up, just like a lot of people on YouTube are getting it mixed up, where it says or, they're missing the or part. So I want everybody to really look at that. That's not something I'm just coming up for myself or making up. There was even a YouTuber, ODM something.
ODM Slim.
Yeah, people are in his comment section. They're even saying the same thing, like, you're missing that. So just look it up for yourself. It's for an adult or a child less than 10 years of age. Never have I ever in my life ever messed with anybody under the age of consent. I don't condone that. Never anybody, no small child. I would never do that. I have a healthy relationship with adults, with children, with elderly people.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
I just want to get to the nitty gritty or something, because I'm reading the paperwork. Are you on any register, like, if anybody was to look up your government name, which they know it's out there, I don't need to repeat it. I'm sure you'll put it, in the bio or the info, the link, whatever. But are you registered on any sex offenders list, Megan's list, Craig's list, any kind of list,
No.
Angie's list?
No type of list. No type of list whatsoever, and I'm actually glad that he asked that. Those were some false allegations as well. I have some supporters who did write comments like, hey, he's not on any list. We researched all the sex offender lists. We researched everywhere. He's not on any list. Why is he not on any list? So, the reason why is because there weren't any children in this case. And so the sodomy part, although it was a charge which does look bad, and I can say unfortunately that that charge was there, but it was dismissed, and it didn't involve any type of small children whatsoever, and I'm not on any type of sex offender list, and everybody's welcome to check those lists. So
Facts. I've done the research myself.
Is it safe to say that you can go to any elementary school you want to?
I can go to any elementary school I want to. Yep.
Junior high,
Junior high school. Yep.
high school.
High school. Yep. I've never had any type of complaints at any elementary school, any junior high, or any high school.
I'm not trying to blast you, brother, but we just want to get to the nitty gritty. So it's safe to say you love the kids, you've never committed any act toward children. Whatever your sexual preference is in real life, not Miko Worldwide, the hood blogger, but the person that you are behind the camera when we don't see you, that's your own life, and whatever you've done. That's safe to say.
Blood dude.
Yeah, that's safe to say. Exactly. That's exactly right. Yep. And I
Like I say, I'm not trying to blast you, brother.
Right,
I just want to
you know what
make
I'm
a
saying?
good, distinct line between being an adult and doing whatever you do as an adult, which does not concern me,
Right.
and messing with children, which does concern me because I'm a father through marriage. I'm a grandfather, so we're not here to ground and pound you. We here to really let the world know that we can't judge a person for their personal lives. There's a lot of record label execs, athletes, entertainers that indulge in a lot of freaky shit.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
for the record,
That's
it might be a little
just
different,
what it is,
but he ain't
right?
no chumma.
Right, that's just
Right.
what it is,
Right.
right? It's safe to say that you have not committed any acts toward any children,
That's correct.
and there's no documentation of you ever committing any lewd acts with children. And again, to really emphasize, to really pinpoint, you're not on any sex registry, nothing, because
No.
I know people that put their dick out in public, and just because they got caught taking a piss in public,
Yeah,
they have to
sex
register.
Right.
You know,
Being
niggas who
chosen
got
in
in
prison
prison. We
together.
just seen niggas who got pre hollering at the
Who
CO.
jacking off on a female and had to
Just
register.
hollering at her, trying to
Just
get
hollering at
her.
the wrong way. So
Pre-edited ass for the most sex offender.
they have to register as a sex
So,
offender, and
And you don't even,
a lot
you
of
ain't
my
even on
people
that
watching on
respect.
YouTube might not want to agree with what we're saying. A lot of people might just want to hate you, and
Yeah.
that's cool. But facts are facts. The man has admitted that he's indulged in some freaky shit. Whatever happened with another consenting person from wherever they're from. I actually had the paperwork right here. I'm looking at it.
Two consenting people.
I see exactly what happened. He was not alone in whatever he's been accused of. So altogether it was three.
It was three people.
The quote unquote victim, yourself, another person. So what, four altogether?
No, just three people over the age of consent.
Three
Correct.
consenting adults.
Which is basically the gist of what we getting down to. Just the facts. You're not on nobody's sex offender list. Inmate search the nigga, man, you're not gonna find that, which I already done the research and background myself. I had to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I say, the nigga just knowing you personally, I know you don't fuck with kids. I know you're out there trying to pick up no fucking kids in the van or no weird stuff like that.
That's
Piru, so I don't
crazy.
stand for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a father, and you know that. I got a daughter and all kind of shit. So it's like, we just wanted to get down to the gist of it all. And
Right.
before you speak again, I just wanted to say personally, on my behalf of things, yeah, what you do is what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like I told everybody else, you may indulge in some freaky shit, but you're not no choma. So that's for sure. And just as far as the thing goes, I appreciate you apologizing to the public. That was some manly shit, grown man shit, because that's, you know what I'm saying? That was just that liquor, bro. That's not you. As far as we're gonna address addressing people, and you know what I mean, as far as banning people from out of states. And just,
So let
all
me
that.
touch on that for a second.
Yeah.
And first, I just wanted to say that this is an isolated case in and of itself, because there was some false accusations online that he had an open case in Dominican Republic. oh, he had a case in Colombia. I've heard he had a case in Vietnam. I've heard just like wild, crazy stuff that is absolutely false. So there's absolutely no open cases in any country. All these years, nothing. I've actually haven't been back to the Dominican Republic in well, after all this occurred. It was some years. I recently went in the capital. No type of issues, no type of complaints, and again, it's just right. Exactly. Working with a lot of Dominican artists. Actually, it was a business trip to relax and get back some of my artists down there. And those videos are on YouTube, and they did really well, get a lot of attention for those artists. Another thing, I just wanted to reiterate that I don't condone any type of like acts with children, and I've never done that, and those allegations by haters are false.
I'll be right back. I'm finna go twist this up. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all one-on-one.
All right.
You feel me?
For sure.
Like I said, we do. Got a video I just dropped with Yada. Y'all go check that out.
I think we said something about doing y'all. I don't know. All right. So you attain legal aid representation.
I obtained an attorney for this case. I spent a lot of money on it, of course, because I wanted to protect myself. Romney Phillips. He's.
I was about to ask you. Is it safe to say his name?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
For sure.
This is the reason I brought him up. He's a licensed lawyer, attorney, correct?
He is. Yep.
Anything he says.
Georgia bar number 5527.
552724.
24.
Says it right here. So anything he says, especially on camera, he can be purged for. He can be charged for perjury, correct?
Yes, correct.
He can lose his license. Is
Correct.
basically what I'm building on, right?
Correct.
So the fact that he admitted on camera that Mr. Nickel has never been charged with any lewd acts with a child. This man put his whole reputation on the line and his license on the line by saying something like that, right?
Correct.
If he were lying, what would happen to him?
Well, they would investigate it, and he would be disbarred, and he wouldn't have a job.
Basically,
So-
working at Walmart or some weird shit, right? Or wherever he could, probably a paralegal for somebody.
Right.
But
And
the fact-
not only that, but he also stated that I've never even been accused. It's meaning like there's no court case ever, no legal entity has ever accused me of messing with a small child ever. These have just been false allegations based on how this charge looked, or based on how it read with the adult or 10 years of age or younger. So it was never actually part of any case that I was a part of. It never had anything to do with me. But based on how it read, that's where these false accusations stem from, and haters ran with it, and lies travel way quicker than the truth does.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So let me say this. Let's get off this for a minute, right? Because anybody that's really that interested can get the paperwork, spend their own money.
Right.
Like I did. I invited you here. You told me you wanted to come out here. Let me just keep it real. I didn't just invite you here. You say, you know what, Slim, I want to come out there and fuck with you and Chosen. I think you guys would give me a fair shot. We invited you out here. You came out here. We paid for the work.
The paperwork, right.
The paperwork. I mean, the people from the streets know what I mean when I say the work.
Got you.
You've admitted you're kind of freaky. You've indulged in some freaky shit, right? But nothing with a child.
Correct.
All right, so now we're gonna change the page. If anybody else is interested in knowing how freaky Miko Worldwide is,
Y'all take that shit elsewhere.
that's up to you.
Follow me
You
on
feel me?
Instagram. Send me a
So
DM.
now let's go somewhere else. I understand that you have a few people accusing you of, I don't know how to word it, like being coppish. I think I just said it coppish.
Yeah. So let me go.
Where did that stem? Because
Okay. So first, let me say this piece of it. Anytime anybody continues to go in people's hoods and record you're gonna get positive feedback, but you're also gonna get some negative feedback. Who is this guy? Why is he doing what he's doing? So I just want to set the record straight that for the past 10 years, I personally, let me count, for the past 8 years, I personally have never had anything. I actually hold a degree in criminal justice, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. But I've never had anything to do with law enforcement whatsoever, security work, jobs, anything like that. And I don't work with another false accusation is, oh, Miko might have been working with the feds because he got off these charges with kids, which is false. There's no charges with kids,
So
small
you never
children.
got off any charges with kids? You
No,
never accused?
absolutely. Never was accused by any state of charges with small kids. So I'm just trying to break it all down. So if that was true and I got off of those charges, then okay, maybe he's working with feds, so he stayed out of prison, but it's just all false. So I don't work with the feds. I never worked with the feds. I've actually never sat through a interview with investigators and all this in my entire life. And so, you know, I am a civilian cameraman. So I'm not a thug. I'm not a gangbanger.
Civilian.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Let me ask you a question. So you're a civilian, not a gangbanger.
Oh, and just one thing, real quick, before I forget. To this day, to my knowledge, after speaking with so many people I've done vlogs with, and Slim, and they'll tell you themselves that none of them have been arrested because of my vlog. And to my knowledge, my vlogs have never been used in any court of law, never shown on the big screen ever. My vlogs never. So that's facts.
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 And also, I would never give you nothing to get me arrested.
Facts. And I want to just piggyback off of that. When my sole purpose of going into these hoods, well, it's exciting. I enjoy it, but the joy I see from it is giving clout to the young guys in the hood, letting them get their exposure to their skills, their
we'll
music.
Get back to that. I don't want to lose my thought. Civilian. Let's get back to civilian.
Okay.
Civilian, not a gang member. Where are you from?
So
I'm not asking exactly your zip code, your city and town, your state and the high school you went to, but the people that know you, and the ones that don't,
yeah,
they're gonna know what you give them, right?
Yeah.
Just like I'm from Cali. Where you from?
Right. I spent my whole life in Georgia. I spent my whole life from 6 years old until about 26. Yeah. I started traveling the world. So that's another misnomer. That's another false thing. People started traveling.
To say you're from Georgia. Hold tight. It's safe to say you're from Georgia, right?
Right.
Because I'm trying to build. I really want to get the audience because I'm tripping off this police shit.
Yeah.
Me personally, right? I'm a gang member. My grandmother was a cop, and that was cool for her.
What's happening?
That was cool for her, but I'm just trying to build. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask you, like, I swear to you guys, this shit is so not scripted. Like, this is off my head, so I cut him off the way I did. I was predominantly raised by just a woman. Mm-hmm. I have a good dad. He was a good dad when he was around. And when he wasn't around, he wasn't around. Mm-hmm. Due to prison or whatever. Do you come from like a single parent household, a 2-parent household? Like, where do you come from?
No, I come from a two parent household.
Mom and dad?
Mom and dad, yeah.
Did they were you guys fucked up?
Struggling?
Like, Section 8 type shit? Or was it pretty decent, middle class? Or?
We weren't Section 8, but I remember times growing up where they were struggling, like getting coins together just to buy like bread and water. But things did get better. Those were just a small period. They got better jobs, and I've never needed for anything. I've had a lot of wants that I couldn't get, which I obtained when I got older and worked hard. But by no means are my parents rich. They're not poor, so I grew up middle class.
Safe to say, you had a pretty safe upbringing.
I had a safe upbringing.
So safe to say, you not a street nigga.
I'm not a street guy. No.
Exactly.
No,
so
I mean, my thing is,
like,
you grew up with parents that had average 9 to 5,
right?
Where they
9
preach to you.
For sure. Construction worker,
better,
truck driver,
be better,
hardworking.
shit like that.
Yeah.
So in your household, like in my household, we all aspire to be like hustlers, have big chains and shit. I'm pretty sure like where you came from a mom and dad homes. They probably, had aspirations for you, like to be something greater and better.
Firemen.
Right.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right, absolutely.
Different upbringings.
Lawyer,
different places.
doctor,
You didn't want to be no gangster
psychologist.
growing up.
It was.
So-
It's not that I didn't want to be a gangster growing up. That wasn't even
In the spectrum.
in the spectrum because
Right.
that's not how I was raised.
Exactly.
So, right.
I respect that.
So
you
basically,
suffer from two
you
different
came
upbringings.
up,
Right.
your parents, told you what your options should be. They kind of coerced you into being something, and law enforcement is what you chose. I just want to say this: there's a lot of homies,
Well,
Crips and Bloods,
This nigga's on the yard.
and Southsiders that are certified cops out there in the streets.
See
With that being said, let me continue what I was saying. So you try to indulge in law enforcement type shit, had aspirations, and then, bro, this is a real interview. We're not trying to cut and
Type
bullshit
shit.
people.
Yeah.
You got caught up in some freaky shit. It fucked your record up,
right.
Yeah.
and so that shit was just
But
it's
just
over.
let me expound on that for a second.
Gotcha.
So I've never been a cop in my life. So that I want to make that clear. I've never been a police officer in my life. Never been a federal agent. Never worked for the feds. Never been a CI in my life. Never been a confidential informant. None of that ever. It actually would be interesting to just like have the opportunity to like talk to one of these motherfuckers. You see all like the first 48 and they're the hard interviews. Like I've never been through that. Never worked with them. So growing up, I wasn't very good in school. I wasn't very good at math, and so but I did work hard. I got kicked out of school, went to alternative school, ended up going to community college, because I didn't want to be a big disappointment on my family. And, one of the degrees, all the degrees you needed to have like a certain strong math background.
Right.
And so the only one that I can remember that you didn't need to was criminal justice. And so I was like, wow, okay, that looks interesting. You're learning about the law. Like you're
Right.
teaching me, because cops are out here violating people's rights and people don't know what to do. So I get to learn about the law. I get to get my, associate's degree. So, and that's what I did. And so from there, okay, worked hard. It took me like 8 years to get a 2-year degree. But I got it. So, and I want that to be an inspiration for others as well. And so once I got it, I was like, okay, shoot, well, what do I do now? And, and in the midst of getting that degree, we toured some prisons and, some jails. And so, I didn't apply to be a cop. I said, okay, well, let me go work in a prison. You know what I'm saying? And I did it for a year. I was a kid. I was 20 years old.
You worked in the prison.
You pulled the Ricky Ross route.
I was about to say,
Fire
Rick Ross
Ross.
did that, but you know
Rick
what?
Ross did
I'm gonna
that,
tell
yeah.
you something.
But-
I
No
went to
shade
the
on
pen.
nobody.
Hold on,
First time I
finish.
went to the pen, I was a child,
Yeah,
and the niggas that was COs,
yeah,
them the niggas that's making the money. They was bringing the shit in.
right.
Pat.
And I'm not gonna admit to anything on camera, but there's sometimes you look out, sometimes you don't, and it's just weird, especially being 20 years old. At 19 you're a teenager. At 20 you're just 1 year old for being a teenager. And I was thrown into that job, and I needed to provide. I had stuff I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to save. I wanted to buy a car. I wanted to, and so I got a job, man. I got a job. It's like a couple weeks of training, boom, you get a job. To be a cop, you need like 6 months of training. They send you away, like all this stuff. So I got the job. After a year, that was done. So, and then from that, I never ever worked in that field again. I never had any type of connections to that field. Never ever, like I said earlier.
Never working in that
Basically,
field.
just asking, so you're not a snitch.
Right.
Right.
No.
That's what we
Never
trying to
worked in that
test.
field as I did hood vlogs. A lot of people will still be
Speaking of cops,
Yeah,
there's a few vloggers
yeah. There are.
that were former either law enforcement,
Police officers.
correction officers. I don't personally know. Do you care to speak on who some of these people are?
Some of them got
You know what?
caught.
I'm gonna be the bigger person, and I'm not. There is one
Tell
guy.
us where they from. Give us two of them. Tell
Okay.
them where they
Okay. There's one. He's actually making some hate vlogs on me now.
Where's he from?
He is from. I think he's based out of LA. I think he's based out of LA.
Okay, I know you're talking about. You talking about the former cop boy?
Yes,
Okay.
and he's a former cop, and you know, all he does, he used to do hood vlogs. I don't know why he stopped, but he's doing interviews now.
Shout out to him though.
I guess, but he used to be a cop, and all he does is he deals with his hood stuff. And then
Who's the other one?
the other one, I'm not gonna put his name out there. He's
No,
very
just wonder where
private.
he's from. I seen
But
most of
he
his
is
vlogs
a
in that
hood
same place.
vlogger. He has over 500,000 followers. It's not private information. He's stated out there in an interview that he used to be a police officer, I believe, in Chicago.
And there's
And
nothing wrong with
so,
that.
and he's still going hood to hood, and you know, he's doing his thing.
Yeah,
But one thing I
someone
would
get a
say
copy, you doing hood vlog.
is not me,
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
But listen, but he's not currently. So there's not me, not that hood vlogger, and not the other hood vlog channel, and not the guy in LA either. From what I see, there's no agenda to try to hem anybody up, and there's no agenda to try to hurt anybody. In speaking for myself, when I go to these hoods, it's allowing people to speak their own piece, allowing people to speak what they want to speak,
Facts.
their own truth,
Yeah,
and
if
what
I
was
could
it like
stand
growing
that,
up
yeah,
around
you're
here.
the first person to
Don't-
ever come do a vlog. on
Don't
my
tell me
channel.
about your crime. I don't want to know your crimes. I don't want to know what crimes are currently being
Have you
committed.
ever asked anybody about
I've
a crime?
never even asked anybody about their crimes. Never.
Hey,
I don't
facts
want
for
to
the
know
record.
that.
Nobody's been arrested on our hood vlog. This is
Yeah.
the facts. Nobody from
I don't want anybody
no
to.
guns was shown.
Right.
Nobody did
I
nothing.
just want the
incriminating.
record to state that
You feel me?
one of the reasons I'm
Oh, these are
here.
people too. They watch hood vlogs.
Let me get this out,
Common
though, bro.
sense.
One of the reasons I'm here, and I'm telling all Miko's fans, all his haters, I'm talking to, and respectfully when I say this, I'm being very respectful because I don't know these people. I'm talking to all the people that's getting at him, China Mag, Jake 1090. I'm from Fruittown, Bompton, Piru. You feel me? I sent this man to my neighborhood
That
to
goes deep.
interview one of my generals. You feel me? I would not have sent a person to my hood knowingly that he had this jacket. Not to my homies who got kids, that have grandkids. I wouldn't have did no shit like that. So I'm here on behalf of Fruittown, Piru to clear my name, to clear Fruittown, Piru, that we're not associated with none of that disrespectful language type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Same goes for Madison Terrace, Power, and HDO. And Vegas down moves in general, just to stay for the record. You know what I'm saying?
And anybody that got their own eyes, you can use your own eyes to look at the same shit I'm looking at. The man has admitted what he's admitted, and he's told his truth about his truth. You feel me? I just had to cut him off and tell the world that because that's important to me as a man, as a father, as a grandfather, and as a Fruittown Piru gang member. You feel me? I'm not sending no laney people to my neighborhood to do no buster shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that means a lot to me
That's for me,
that I was
that's
able
all
to see
on
this
me.
with my own eyes, that this man was willing to come sit face to face with me, with my little brother, really with the world, to tell his truth when he really didn't have to say shit. So
Right.
And you know, we really, I literally flew out here. The flight was expensive. The flight was like it was like right at $1,000. When it shouldn't have been, but it's a last minute flight. You know, I wanted to come back to one of the main hoods because these guys are connected. All the hoods in the world, I get it. I respect all of them, but you cannot deny everybody knows the Compton, Fruittown, and
shout out
and,
to the Fruittown.
and these guys are
Shout out to
Texas,
Vegas down moves,
New
Madison
York,
Terrace, Power.
Virginia,
and they're the ones.
Boston, all around the world. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Fruit.
shout out to the down moves.
They're the ones that send me there,
Madison
and
Terrace, Trey 57.
And I want you to know that it's all respect, and I would never, if I had anything on my jacket as far as actually messing with small children, I wouldn't even be doing this right now. I wouldn't be coming back to them. There's people who are going to do thorough interviews, and I'm all for it. You know why? Because it's gonna show that I don't do any of that type of and or condone any type of that behavior.
And I'm sure people don't think this shit is scripted, and it's not. As I'm reading through this shit, I'm stopping you, and I apologize, but this is like, you know, I understand your hood blogs normally be kind of like in sequence.
Yeah.
You know, you start here and you end up there, but you're talking and I'm reading.
Right.
So one of the things I wanted to hit on, like the lawyer said, and this is the part I can't stress on enough. Mr. Nickel has never been accused of committing a lewd act toward a child. This is the second part he said. Whatever your initial charges were, which I see the world sees when they look at it, excuse me, people want to ask you why you took a plea deal, a plea bargain, right?
Yeah, that's
now
a good
myself,
question.
I'm a person that's took a plea bargain. I went to jail for carjacking at gunpoint. The victims wouldn't show up. They kept prolonging. I kept making blank trips to court. 2 a.m, wake up, sack lunch. You feel me? I did that shit for 16 months. So I tapped out like, I'm not, like, send me to prison or send me home. Right. And they said, we'll send you home today if you sign for governing the owner's car without consent.
Thanks.
You feel me? So I can't speak your truth. I just spoke my truth to people that don't even know
Fucked
me.
up system we in.
So what's the plea like? People want to know the plea thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the rumors or some of what people are saying is why would you plead to I plead to a lot of things, but I wouldn't plead to something against children, right? And I probably wouldn't either, but the facts of the matter is this case didn't have anything to do with children. This case did not have anything to do with small children. And so, this case occurred. This case occurred right in the midst of COVID, and COVID was rampant in the United States, and especially in Georgia, and the court system had shut down. And I had been in there for, I believe it was 14 months. Hardly seeing people go to trial or going to court. We're just sitting there. No, they weren't doing. There was no court. And so, finally when we got in there, there was an offer, and they said, you've been sitting here. You can fully vindicate yourself of this, but the facts are you could be sitting here another 14 months, just waiting for a trial.
Facts.
And so, it was hard. That thin ass mattress, my back's hurting. It's just mentally. My parents are going through it. My mother's going through it. She's dealing with her health issues. I didn't know if I would get to see my mother alive. I didn't know if I had another 14 months to fight it, because what if my mother passed away? And I didn't want to risk that.
I lost my father like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so because I'm not going to get too much into her health issues, but they're there. And so, I said it was so hard. It was to the point where the attorney was like, look, if you don't speak and if you don't speak up, we were in court. He said, I'm going to have to, just like say we're gonna just wait or whatever. And then I would have waited, for whenever. And so, the plea was an assault charge, an aggravated assault charge. And it was a non-sexual, nothing sexual whatsoever. Just it was assault. There was no type of sexual anything added to it. And I said, you know what? Okay,
You play it out.
And
You didn't want to sit, so you play it out.
And that's tough, right? We don't want to say I don't want to say plea out, because the thing that I was
the American justice system is fucked up, because you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but they got it to where you got to sit your ass up in there, and if they deny you bail, like they just did Doug and Gunna, shout out to them, YSL and YFN and everybody.
And that's
but
what goes, man.
if they let you sit in there, a lot of people all right, for instance, I'm gonna use my case for example. I'm not gonna dive and divulge too much into it, but I was sitting there allegedly for cutting somebody's throat, fighting attempted murder, and a bunch of other charges. And you feel me? I was sitting there taking it to the box. I was going to trial. Facts. I was going to take it to trial, fighting for self-defense for my life. And fucking going right before calendar call, before I even went to trial, they came with a deal. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we'll you take 1 to 4 or a wobbler for a probation deal. Try to take the 1 to 4 prison, whatever. They gave me attempted battery with substantial bodily harm.
Right.
That sounds like a made up charge. How do you attempt to batterize somebody and give them substantial bodily harm? It doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they make up bullshit charges sometimes. I understand from being in that point, and I just had my daughter, had to get her out, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of shit going on at the time, you feel me?
Right.
And shit, and the day I got out from taking my plea agreement, they finally gave, like me, they did me dirty. They didn't give me a bail until I took a plea.
Right.
I was sitting there, they'll fuck you over out here in Vegas, man.
Right.
But in the day I got out, I lost my father. Like, I had to discover and go identify his body, so I understand that completely. So I do understand what it's like to be somebody in there and just like, fuck, I gotta plead out to something. And then I do respect you for not pleading out to no sexual charge or no child charges. As a real Don Moon gang member, I would never plead out to no shit like that. Frankly, I'm gonna fight for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Facts. So I get that. I just wanted to state my piece with that. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, the bulk of this, man. Some people are gonna agree. Some people are gonna say, you know, nah, we're not messing with them. You know, and that's okay. They're gonna say, oh, look, you know, we don't want them in our hood, and that's okay. And some people are gonna say, yeah, come to our hood. You know, so if you want, I'm just saying, I'm a videographer, a civilian videographer. I have a great channel. It's a channel that gets upcoming artists hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of organic views that's so hard to do. And so I honestly feel like it's the best platform for hood vlogs, for upcoming artists, for people, you know, who are trying to do their thing. And so, you know, I'm willing to keep doing what I'm doing, you know, if you guys want me to. And so, well, actually, I'm gonna keep doing it regardless, but I can't do it without y'all. And I'm really grateful for all of my supporters out there. I'm actually more grateful even for my haters, because, you know, I really appreciate the hate, because it really does fuel me. And sometimes that might come off as cocky, but I try my best not to be cocky, but the hate really does fuel me, and it propels me forward. So I appreciate that, and I'm grateful for that as well. So everybody who gives me constructive criticism, thank you. And you know, so what do you guys think, man? Are we good?
As far as I'm concerned,
from what I see, I don't see no lewd.
I don't see nothing with no children.
Anything you
I understand you look freaky, you get down differently, but that's your preference. I don't say nothing with it. As a Damu, I can say that our politics and how, you know, politics is usual, we don't really fly that way at a boat, but you know what I'm saying? I don't have no problems with the LGBT community or nothing like that, being as an artist and a hip hop artist. But you know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't no chomo or nothing like that, blood straight in my book, you feel me?
I also wanna say
but I
this.
can't, as far as our hood goes and shit like that, we can't condone even the, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, or even with the background of the police thing and shit.
And
like
I
that.
just want to say I'm not part of the LGBT community, so I'm just me.
I was just speaking, yeah, I was just saying for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
I ain't got nothing
Okay.
against them.
Yeah, I don't have anything against them. I love hanging out with straight people, with gay people, with everybody. I got friends on every spectrum. And there was another rumor of me messing with like trannies. Never in my life, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but never in my life have I ever messed with trannies. So I just want to put that out there too. So it just lets you know the scope of the rumors out there, which are false. So, all right.
Lastly, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Please don't send no hate mail to my Instagram. I'm getting blew up right now.
Same here, blood on Piru.
Time out.
Nigga ready to fight with the other.
Stop sending
Y'all can
because
bitch ass hate niggas.
wait, time out. The thing is, it's not about me. It's not about him. You feel me? So, you know, the comments, whatever you choose to think, that's your opinion and you're entitled to that, right? But we're just the ones that took the initiative to actually sit down with the gentleman
And talk to the motherfucker.
and talk to him and go
Yeah.
over this shit. We admitted he's freaky. He admitted he's freaky. He said he's freaky.
Freaky blood. Piru.
But
Yeah, another one.
nothing pertaining to children, none of this paperwork I see. I think you guys will see the same freakiness and nothing, you know, with a child. If anything, you'll see some lies. This person lied about their age and some other shit, but That's up to your eyes. You can use somebody else's eyes and use your own eyes and read. Some people are literate, some people are illiterate.
And then also you got the people that are gonna say from a moral standpoint, like me, I'm a father, so it could be the same as if it was a 27-year-old male with an 18, 17-year-old girl, like just the age difference. And then like how you said, there are celebrities who are, you know what I'm saying, 10 years apart or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, from a moral standpoint, it's on you. However you view it, if you take it as, or if it's from a legal standpoint, he's straight. But from a moral standpoint, you got your opinion on it.
And so I just want to say like
about it.
how the case started and how the three people met, and you know a dating app. You know, it is a dating app for adults. You have to click a button that says you are 18 and older. So unfortunately, we don't live in a society where everybody, you know, it's not the law. You have to check IDs. Sometimes people get tricked. So, you know, now with that said,
check ID.
But as far as Miko worldwide, I don't stand for or condone any type of adult messing with a small child for sure. But period. And so actually, from a moral standpoint, you know what? It's iffy. You know, 10-year difference is a difference. I've actually dated 10 years up, so I've been that. You know, but you know, maybe we should take it up with all these states where, you know, the legal age of consent is 16 and up. Do I think that's morally correct? No. So I don't think so. I personally was tricked, you know, 17, 18, you know, some people could say, well, 18 is still young, right? And it is, but, you know.
That's what I was touching on. People were like, you know, even if it was 18,
right,
like
right.
they were 27.
So if you don't rock with me, if you're like, oh, well, it was legal, but morally, you know, fuck that guy, you know, I respect it. I respect you. No problem.
Got to.
Yeah, so, you know, at least now, you know, the facts are all out. You guys know what's going on. And if you choose to, you know, which I appreciate all the support. If you choose to stick with the channel, man, it's some exciting content. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you. And, you know, the main message that I wanted to convey was that I am not a chomo. I've never messed with children, and here are the facts. Here's the paperwork. You got real gangsters and gangbangers who could literally end my life. You know what I'm saying? I came back to their hood. I came back to their neighborhood to say, look, here's the paperwork. It's not true. And that's it. And you know what? I would take this paperwork anywhere. I would take it.
So the two main points is you're not a chomo and you're not a fed.
Right. That's correct.
So let's address one more thing, right? Will you admit that maybe some time ago you were a little intoxicated, got on camera, said some weird shit, and maybe said some weird shit directed toward China Mag and maybe some others or something like that?
Yeah, so actually I appreciate you bringing that up, man. The past few days, even though I wear a filter, whatever you want to call it, you know, the past few days have been tough for sure. And with that said, there was, you know, as I usually do, Sunday night, go out, have fun. And, well, this night I had fun, but I went live. And, you know, with everything that was going on, I said some stuff that was completely out of line. It was completely out of character. And there's, you know, I said something to China Mac, and you know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So I wouldn't want anybody to, you know, anything to happen to anybody.
Basically, it's just safe to say that you apologize, and I'm not gonna say for whatever y'all going through. That's y'all, me and y'all deal with that. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not picking you. I'm not picking him. That's y'all.
Right.
But it's just safe to say, pretty much, like, just be a man about your shit, nigga.
Right.
Are you kind of apologizing for that weird shit you said?
Well, you know what? The weirdest stuff I said was F people in New York, something of that nature. F New York, and that's, you know what? I rock with New York. I didn't mean it. What I was saying was I was speaking to a specific group of people in New York City, a specific group of one, like it was like 3 or 4 people that made a video about me, And those are the people I was speaking to. For the other comment that I made to the one person, yeah, absolutely. You know,
that
it was
one person.
Yeah, well,
Would you like to say that you apologize for taking it to that extreme, like for saying those?
yeah, it shouldn't have been
those
those
harsh
extreme.
words.
Not
Yes.
civilian type of
Yes.
actions.
Right.
Like,
And so, you know what, man? I love New York. I rock with New York, and
I mean,
Which
shout
basically
out to
what we
you.
were saying, like
I'll be back out there making vlogs for sure.
But that's basically what I hollered at 10 Not Detect, blood. Like that's what I wanted to introduce. 'Cause, you know, he's a homie. You
Right,
feel
right,
me? He a
right.
Donald too. Shout out to Blood. You feel me? And on top of him, he actually hollered at me. And that's basically what his extent to it was, as far as politics go, with the gay shit and with the we don't fuck with chomos, and just really with the you
Yeah,
calling
I know.
people out and waving, you know, allegedly doing whatever that there was a video of his honor.
Yeah.
And, but you know what I'm saying?
And some of
That
this stuff,
type
guys,
shit
is
yeah.
you know, just with the
You know,
internet,
you know
be
that. No more of
careful.
that shit.
Just with the internet, guys, be careful what you see is not always what you get. Sometimes
Absolutely.
it's skits, sometimes you know, all this is entertainment. You know, so and sometimes people get drunk on camera. You know, so
That's-
it's
that's
just
not
you know, just be mindful of all that. But at the end of the day, to New York City, I apologize. That's not what I meant. You know, I rock with y'all. I love y'all, and I got family up there. And you know, I hope everybody continues to live healthy, be healthy, and live prosperous lives, man.
Yeah, for sure. Can I give a shout out?
Yeah, for sure.
I
Hell,
want to give a shout out to my wife Cherie, to
Shout
all my children. You feel me?
out to my daughter Leilani.
I also want to give a shout out
Hi, Leilani.
to the homies that made me who I am.
Uncle
That,
Slavo.
like, you know, instilled the shit
Shout out
in
to
me.
Maya, my baby girl.
The people that instilled the shit in me. You know, my big homie Coke, my G homie Smiley Rolling, Demon, and my nigga Mexican Rob. Like, and welcome home to Lucky Root. 23 years in prison, I've been rocking with you, bro. And you finally home. I love you. Allah knows I tell no lies. You did some good shit today.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So
Coming
good.
as a man, real shit, man. You opened
Thank
up
you,
and let
bro.
the world know your peace.
For sure.
That's respectable shit too.
If y'all respect that, y'all still some whole ass
Hey,
niggas.
free Face Gotti, free Ray Rizzo.
Hey, man.
One more time.
It's
Off the
Miko.
show, free Ray Rizzo. And free Big Pup. Free Now Later. Free the Fruits.
Feel me?
Free
Stream
Bam.
my
Free
shit,
Shady.
Armageddon.
They probably
Man,
can't see your
Chosen
face
Root.
though, but they can see.
Yeah, I'm
your
gonna
face.
see my face. Wait a second.
It's everything. We really had a paperwork party with this man. On power.
Okay.
That's what we doing, nigga. We expose the real, we expose the fake, man.
Free the Fruits. Miko's
Y'all hate all y'all
a
want. Yeah, man.
Nigga stupid.
freak. Miko's a fucking freak. He's a Zoid, but he's not a child molester.
Yeah.
Our family
Yeah,
taken
you know.
care of though. Fuck, nigga.
Romney Phillips, a real lawyer that got on
My
camera
bitch
and
cussed
said
me
that
out.
this man did
That got me
not
in
touch
trouble
any
because I knew I
children.
should stay home.
Had he did that shit, that lawyer would lose his license. Check the law.
It's your boy Chosen Root back again. I'm introducing y'all to my little brother Solo King. He was asleep during the interview, but he had something he really wanted to say to y'all, man. Some important viewpoints that I think he should get across to y'all.
All I wanted to say is, at the end of the day, you can't be mad because a man is coming to everybody's hood and giving y'all recognition. He's showing y'all love. At the end of the day, in my city, nobody got indicted, nobody got charged, nobody got nothing because we did the right way. We didn't put ourselves out there. We didn't incriminate ourselves. You feel me? So if you do that, that's on you. But at the end of the day, this man ain't never did nothing to nobody. All he did is show y'all love and put y'all on. So
He
give
has
him
a
the credit
public
for that.
platform. No, not to incriminate yourself.
Come on, man. That's on you. So if you're gonna do that to yourself, that's on you. But at the end of the day, I can say for my city, ain't nobody got incriminated, ain't nobody did nothing stupid.
That shit would've
This
felt
man
like
ain't
on
did
me.
nothing but show love to us and put us on. So like, I don't care what you talking about. I don't care about how you feel. At the end of the day, man, if you was on this man video, I could guarantee you, you got up. Something in your life changed because of this man. So stop hating on him. Stop trying to be on this extra shit because this man ain't done
Stop
nothing to y'all.
bandwagon, right?
Stop bandwagging, especially. He ain't did nothing but show y'all love and put y'all on, man. This dude, man, showed me nothing but love in my household. I show him nothing but love back. This man ain't done nothing to my city. He ain't incriminate my city at all. If you incriminate yourself, that's on you. I
And he
can't.
don't
hey,
fuck with kids and he not a fed.
and especially that, bro. Cause I got kids in the house right now. This man show nothing, my kids nothing but love. He ain't do none of that gay ass shit. So y'all got me messed up. Me personally. Cause I would not put nobody in the household of my kids on some weird, crazy stuff. Straight up, man. My guy did nothing but show my kids love. You feel me? Real love. So at the end of the day, man, I'm saying, man, stop listening to everybody else and go in your point of view. Do your research.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Judge a person by his character, not by what you heard. You feel me? Straight up, man. And it's a real guy. You feel me? Like I said,
Make sure
man.
you do your research first. Always do your research. Don't just take
Always.
the word of nobody else. That was my main point of it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man.
I'm gonna
Listen.
hit a motherfucker. I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna have a paperwork party.
He a real man.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, if you
Everybody
hate on
could've tried to
him,
make
that's
it,
because
they
it's
could've probably called
something.
him like, hey, come here, man. We're gonna have a paperwork party. We can discuss this. It's as simple as that. A phone call.
Yeah, because that's how we rock out here. You know what I mean? But
I'm good.
other than that, bro, listen, man, be true to yourself, man. Don't listen to nobody else, man. If you rock with somebody, rock with them. Don't sit there and switch up because somebody else said it. Do your own paperwork. Do your own information. And I've done mine. And mine's told me, man, this guy is a real dude. And everybody get in their situation, everybody fuck up.
Maybe a little
So what?
different. But
Everybody
he
mess
ain't
up.
weird like
Excuse
that.
me.
He not doing
Everybody
nothing
mess
illegal.
up, man. We all get in our situations. But at the end of the day, bro, be yourself. Don't sit there and choose sides, man. Be you.
Sure.
Cause I don't respect nobody who sit there and bandwagon. That shit ain't cool.
You be
That
cool
stuff
with a
ain't cool,
motherfucker
bro.
1 second, then the next second you turn on it because you heard something.
That's not cool, bro.
At least do your own research. Be the willing person to take the steps. Like me, I'm gonna go on Google. I'm gonna use all my search engines. I know how to check sex offender websites. I know how to
Meet a
check
person and get to
inmate
know them.
search websites.
Read their character. Y'all always talk about y'all politics. Y'all say y'all gangsters and stuff, but y'all can't read a person's character. Y'all can't look a man in his eye
In politics,
and tell
if
who
I
he
hear
is.
something about somebody a jacket, I'm gonna address it to the
You feel
forefront
me?
and how you
Look a
come.
man in his
You gonna
eye
bring
and
that
tell
up.
him who he is. Stop going off in the internet. Stop going off of he say, she say, hearsay, she say. I got a cold 5-year probation case off of hearsay, she say. You feel me? So at the end of the day, man, go off of the person, man. Look him in his eye. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and turn around and talk to a person and then go on the internet and be on that woof stuff.
That's crazy.
Man, look that man in the eye. Talk to him. Holla at him. If we gonna be
Yeah,
gangsters,
man.
be gangsters. And on my mama, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'll give you my location, but holla at me in my inbox. Solo King, you feel me? But at the end of the day,
Where
just
they
holla
find
at
you
us.
at, big dog?
What is it?
You on Instagram?
I'm banned on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Solo King. You feel me? SOLOKING. I'm banned on Facebook. I'm always be banned on Facebook. They always gonna ban me, you know what I'm saying? Because in my mouth, I speak the truth. Mark Zuckerberg, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Where
I
they
ain't gonna
find
say
you?
fucking nobody, but y'all know who I am, P. I'm Chosen Root. CHOZENRU. I'm every motherfucking where, man. I do music. You already know this. I'm on every major platform, Apple Music, Spotify. every
Most
fucking-
importantly,
but most
follow and
importantly,
subscribe to Miko World. Miko Worldwide, man.
Worldwide.
Instagram, YouTube, man. All that,
Outta
man.
here.
Subscribe, bro.
Hey, look. Hey, it's Miko Worldwide. Y'all rocking with me. I'm rocking with y'all. Hey.